the good life the easy life? Now, as we aspire for the life in a business that we love, it's natural for us to imagine this type of life being free from troubles, free from problems, where everything pretty much is easy. I mean, after all, the reason why we're constantly working hard to acquire the life and the business that we love is so that we can live comfortably. But is comfort actually what we want? You see, we often confuse the good life with the easy life. And in today's video, we'll be talking about why the fear of discomfort might be ruining your life. So I want you to think about a major problem in your life. Maybe it's lack of clarity to know what your next steps are. Maybe it's lack of motivation or procrastination. Maybe it's issues with your relationships or your finances. You know, oftentimes I believe that the root of all of these problems are deeply connected to the fear of discomfort. But what is discomfort? You see, we often confuse pain with discomfort, but they're actually very different. Pain is one of the causes of discomfort, but not every discomfort is related to pain. Discomfort is simply just an unpleasant feeling. And because our subconscious is constantly trying to protect us, we see discomfort as if it's the same as pain, and that's why we run away from it. Most people don't like discomfort, and they run away from it, you know? I mean, after all, if it's not fun, if it doesn't feel good, why bother doing it? But the problem to this is if you keep living your life like this, what will happen is you'll have a very limited experience. When you're living your life just based on where you're most comfortable, you will have a very limited life, and your experiences will not allow you to unlock the fullness of your potential. And often, your comfort zone actually leads you to developing bad habits like eating junk food, blaming your partner or your spouse, or just blazing up and allowing mediocrity in your life. And I know that mediocrity is not what you want. And you know what? Ultimately, there's actually a paradox here. When we try to avoid discomfort and so we run away from it, it ultimately leads to even more discomfort. So let me give you an example. When we try to say, or when we say yes to something that we don't actually mean saying yes to because we are uncomfortable saying no in the first place, it actually leads to far more discomfort when we just flake the last minute, change our minds the last minute, and we end up ruining maybe a good relationship or a good opportunity, right? We risk our reputation being flaky and being unreliable, right? Or maybe when we try to opt for just that junk food, right? We think we're avoiding the discomfort of maybe preparing something healthier, but ultimately we risk ourselves feeling uncomfortable in our own bodies, right? There's lots of many things, many ways that we avoid discomfort just for the sake of being comfortable in that moment, but ultimately it leads to a far deeper discomfort in our lives. And so let me ask you again, is comfort really what you want, right? This is how we get to think that sometimes, and oftentimes really, discomfort leads to a painful life, and that's not what we want. So here's what I want you to do. Ask yourself, are you really after comfort or are you looking for meaning? Because if you want a truly meaningful life, we need to accept the fact that life will not be the easiest. Life will not always be the most comfortable, right? But that will ultimately lead to a meaningful life. I mean, if you ask any honest parent if their life is uncomfortable, they will say, yeah, it is. I mean, after all, it's a lot easier to just care for yourself or your life when all you have to think about is yourself, when you don't have other people that you need to think about. But if you ask any parent if their lives are meaningful, they will say and shout from the rooftops that yes, their life is meaningful. And so let me ask you again, are you after comfort Or are you searching for meaning? Which one do you really want? And because you're listening to this, I know that you're feeling called to serve and you want a truly meaningful life. And so go ahead, make that sales call, hire that coach, go put yourself out there. I know it's uncomfortable, but it will be meaningful. Discomfort is only a sign that there is an opportunity for growth. Now, we often hear that the magic happens outside of our comfort zone, but I don't want you to just step out of your comfort zone. I want you to expand it. My name is Paige. Thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time. Remember, your calling is in sight. Do the work, embrace it fully, and stay on the path. Here's to mastering your life and your business.